Thank you for joining me for the edition of Meet Your Social Media Stalkers. So we're going to find out today who they are and what do they think. So they could actually be thinking things about your social media or just simply things about you, especially if they know you. So thank you for joining me. And again, feel free to pick one pile or a couple. Not like we're gonna know anyways, right? If you picked pile number 1, and this is falling out of bed, we're gonna call it. What kind of social media stalkers do we have for pile number 1? Pile number 1, let's find out. All right, we've got the devil, so it could be Capricorn. This could be somebody who is totally obsessed with you. This could be a couple of people. So let's get a little bit more information. This could be somebody who is super controlling, was in your life in the past, or is currently. Meet your social media stalker, pile number 1. Let's find out. This one wants to pop up, so we're taking it. We've got the Knight of Wands. So you have somebody here who is a mover and a shaker, perhaps a little bit younger than you, wanting to move towards you, all about you. Indeed, like when they wake up, they're checking your social media, not theirs, they're checking yours. So I feel like you have a lot of people that are actually super focused on you. Let's just say it that way. Moving that so you can see the cards just a bit more. What else do we have? Meet your social media stalkers for pile number 1. Who is your social media stalker for pile number 1? Let's find out. A 2 of Cups, an old friend, an old lover, somebody that you're really close to. Not just any lover, somebody that you really connected with on a deep, deep level. Now, if this isn't a lover situation, for some of you, it's just going to be someone who you saw so close eye to eye that when you left their presence, you actually felt like you were floating a little bit, and so did they. Who else? Meet your social media stalker, pile number 1. Oh, that was easy. Okay, so this actually jumped out in reverse. And so we know with the High Priestess, she's highly intuitive and connected on all levels. This is she who sees, she who knows, she who understands. This is a keeper of secrets. Now, I do feel like this person, probably female, not always though, is going to be very focused on you and not listening to their own intuition. So they could have many, many gifts, and yet they're just really obsessed about you for whatever reason. I see a constant theme of obsession. So for whatever reason that led me, Spirit led me to place that in the center. And again, I just feel like, let's just look at let's see what is going on with our 2 of Cups here. This is going to be people that know you, that just feel super connected. But I do feel like it's mutual, okay? There's a lot of people that feel connected to pile number 1, and it's not mutual. I feel like you're picky, you're choosy. Some people said high maintenance. I don't really believe that. I don't like that term, but whatever. And so for the 2 of Cups, for pile number 1, that's stalking your social media. What is it that they are doing right now? Anything that we need to know about them currently, please? Let's find out. They are in despair. So this, remember we talked about a second ago, we're having a real conversation. I talked about a second ago that these are people that you knew, that you had a deep connection with. It wasn't a one-way street where they look at you and they just simply fantasize about having a connection. I heard this was real, baby. So whatever that means to you, I'm going to move this just for the sake of getting it all on camera so you can actually look at them. Yeah, but they're definitely in their feelings, obviously. They're not feeling very well about any of this. I just feel like for most of you, you're not in communication any longer. And maybe for others of you, they chose to marry somebody else or go with somebody else or life partner with someone else. And that's the reason why they're feeling despair. Like they're looking at the dog by his feet and he's just really sad. I think that he or she doesn't make a difference. This is gender neutral. We all know that by now. If you are a repeat offender to my channel, you know that we don't discriminate on gender or anything else pretty much, okay? But this person is just really sad about the loss of your connection, whether it's just a really deep friendship, not just, but you could have been like besties and now they're in despair and they're looking at how loyal you were to them and they're feeling the loss. So perhaps something happened, perhaps you had a fight, perhaps you moved away and you just naturally drifted apart, perhaps you outgrew each other, whatever the case may be. This person is just saying basically, I really miss you. I really miss my pal number one. And I miss that close connection. I've never been able to find it with anyone. And now I'm feeling like I have everything, maybe monetarily in some way, but I'm feeling like life has no meaning. Everything is about work. Nobody gets me. There is no juice of life. And I just feel like I'm all up in my feels. This person also is going through major changes, a lot of changes and fluctuations. And actually, I feel like for you, pile number one, it's two people. Let's check your second person. Thank you. Well, just don't even hold on. Message of concern. Okay. So this person could be thinking of messaging you. And whether it's by text or email or a phone call, whatever the case may be. But they are really concerned because they're wondering if maybe you feel the same way. Like, is it just all in my head? Was it just all in my head? So I feel like it's just for most of you guys as a past connection. And then for anyone that's current, I do feel like there might be one or two, a lot less of you, by the way, that this connection is current and maybe this person is already partnered. Or they can't get as close to you for whatever reason as they would like, but it's still in a session. This person continues thinking about what messages that they want to send you, and this other person thinks about how sad it is that they just lost you or made really poor decisions that made them feel iced out, okay? Let's look at the Knight of Wands for pile number one. Pile number one. Meet your social media stalkers. Who are they? Let's find out. Okay. So this Knight of Wands wants to come towards you. And this person could be in a healing profession. So they could be going to school for nursing, for to get their, I don't know, to be a doctor, a nurse, a naturopathic person. They could be all into herbalisms, or they could be into nature. I heard some of them are what is it, like a guide when you take people out to nature and you actually show them, show them the way. And so for some of you, this person is excited about their own ideas. They really pedestal you. They think about you a lot, especially at nighttime. And I think they are quite obsessed when they're out taking people on the trail, showing people how to hunt or where the best places are to hunt. So I feel like this person is very independent, whatever job they have, and they just want to go, go, go. And they do what makes them feel secure, but you don't make them feel secure, because while they're all about action and pretty much all about the tangible results, you are very intangible, and it's hard to get close to you. And that's why they're obsessed with you. You're like otherworldly. You're like the stars that they navigate by, and they don't really understand. And plus you're beautiful, and you could have really long legs, really gorgeous legs. They could really, really obsess with your thighs. That's a weird thing to say, but when they look at your social media, they're checking out your thighs. It's a thing, guys, okay? Don't argue with me. It's a thing I say. Some of them could be really obsessed with your feet, wanting to get a glimpse of your feet, and they can pilfer through all of your pictures to get a glimpse. If this creeps you out, I apologize, but this is what your reading is about. You know what you're getting into, right? So what else do we need to know about our pile number 1? Let's find out. Okay. Wow. So for others of you, this person who gets excited about their own ideas is going to be somebody who is a business person, a wealthy person. Can be wealthy. They could have their own money. I feel like their own businesses. I think it's plural. I almost said plural. It's really early, and I'm not typically a morning person, so for me to pronounce anything, it's like a miracle. But anyways, I feel like they could have a lot of different businesses. Now, this person might be a little bit older than you. You might even think that they're more cultured than you, more savvy than you, perhaps more established than you. And for some of you, you're going to think that they're just way older than you, but that they're still very attractive. Okay, this could even be a boss. Do not be shocked that your boss is stalking and pilfering your pictures. If you don't like it, go on lockdown. Lock down your pictures. That's all I'm saying. And don't accept those friend requests that you don't know, because they could be making fake profiles. I don't feel like that is the wealthy person, by the way. I do feel like the hunter, the one that rushes into things, the one that might have beginnings of new businesses, is definitely someone who would make different profiles to stalk you, by the way. Regardless, they're both obsessed. And look, this is what I was talking about. This is like this person takes people on walks, like nature walks, or shows them something that, I don't know, they get paid to be like a forester or something like that. So something about nature. And what they love about you is that you're almost like unattainable. You're the quintessential dream girl, dream guy. And yeah, it's a thing, okay? So let's take a look at this third person right here with the High Priestess. That's reversed. That's not listening to her intuition. I do feel like you have quite a few people from your past. And when I say stalkers, I don't mean like, oh, glancing at pictures now and then when they pop up on the feed. No, they're digging and digging some more. So this person, again, very psychic by their own merit, but something about their obsession with you really stumps them. They can't actually get over their connection with you. They can't, nothing is very clear. When it comes to you, everything is very confusing, and they're very focused. And I feel like they're even trying to manifest you back into their life. I do feel like this, for most of you, is a connection that is no longer in your life any longer. Was that really awkwardly stated? Yes. I'm taking this card because I happen to look down, and what this is saying is this obsession and not following their intuition. This could be male, female, very highly psychic, by the way, is that they expected perhaps for you to be available at all times. They expected for you to be there all the time. They're expecting you to reach out and talk to them. They're waiting in expectation, but they're not following their intuition, because I don't think that's the case. 8, 9, 10, I counted on camera. Totally embarrassing, and we're still okay. We're still alive. Listen, Linda. So this thing has to do with this person not following their intuition. They're just kind of hoping that you are going to pop up and go, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I haven't seen you in a long time, whatever the case may be, but they're not listening to their intuition, okay? So I don't know what this is. If this is family, if this is friends, ex-lovers, combination thereof. With the number 10, it is signaling a cycle of completion. They're not listening to their intuition that this cycle with you is complete. It's pretty much over. And so they haven't accepted that, and they are still obsessing. So they do go over your pictures. They view themselves very much kind of like prissy or pedestaled, or they should be pedestal. It's almost like I heard you should pay homage to them. I don't even know how to say that. You're welcome. But they are, they're doing pretty good financially. They're well off, not lacking except for you. All right, what else do we need to know about this High Priestess in reverse? Let's find out. Distant horizons. Interesting. So I feel like there is a ship and a big anchor, and it's almost saying like, you know what, I want to come together with you, come closer to you. I expect you to make the first move. I expect you to come back, crawl back, whatever the case may be, whatever transpired between you guys. I do feel like this person does know you on a deep level. You could have been super close. And for some of you guys, it's family that you're not speaking with any longer. You're not on the same page. You're not on the same vibe. And something transpired to kind of break up this connection. They can't get over it, but they feel like they're in control of everything. They are the actual master of things, and what they can't see is that they're actually enslaved to this connection, and they can't let it go within their minds. What I'm hearing is, you are my anchor. Like, you held me kind of, you may have been the one to anchor them into reality or ground them, or help them with grounding, even though they're super talented and psychic themselves. They rely on that, and they're still focused on this connection. And what I do feel right here is that they're going to make a move towards you. Okay, they're trying to move towards you, looking for a way to anchor back into your life, but that's what they want, you know. All right, what else do we need to know about our High Priestess reverse? The privileged lady. Yeah, so this is someone that views them as like, how dare you not let me in? How dare you not let me control you? How dare you, pile number one, not allow me to be pedestaled and privileged and do and say whatever it is that I want to do and say. How dare you take control of your life? I have control of your life. I have say. You are my anchor, and I need to be able to control you. So that's the kind of person. And the reason why I'm reading it this way, by the way, just so you guys know, is because the High Priestess came up reversed. If she was in the upright, it would be an entirely different read. Okay. So for most of you guys, yeah, I feel like there's not a lot of like talking and communication, just trolling and stalking. What else do we need to know about this devil that's here for pile number one? Let's find out. The Six of Pentacles. So they feel like they can give you little bits here and there, like nothing much to write home about. They don't have to really be connected. I mean, this is you being frozen out, and it's almost like they see you as a beggar, and you are privileged to even have any time, energy, and attention. Okay, and so this is your bag. Literally, they've secured their bag, and the way they see you is that you are somebody who doesn't have a lot of money. They see you as somebody that can benefit from them, and that you would be privileged to have them. What a trip. If you look at this, on the top of this person's mind, they just want balance. That's all. And so, interesting. Yeah, but that's what makes them feel secure, is being superior to you. By having more money than you, they feel like they can control the situation or situations, plural. And they feel like this way they can get back into your life and be able to start controlling again. So that is my reading for pile number one. Thank you so much. If you did like this kind of reading, please do give me a like, a comment, share, subscribe. And with that, namaste. Hi, pile number two. If you chose pile number two with the guy kind of scooting sideways all over the bed, I know those are like really weird little short films. I'll call them shorts, whatever. Pile number two, let's go ahead and visit your social media stalker. So pile number two, meet your social media stalker. Who is your social media stalker, or plural, stalkers? Let's find out. Again, this person was in the last reading. Okay, so this person is quick to act. They may barrage you with, like, they may pepper you. I heard, not barrage. Control yourself, okay? They may pepper you with a lot of messages. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, sexy? Hey, what's up? Or just hey, that's my personal favorite. And so I feel like they are really restless when they, especially when they go to bed. They just kind of like toss and turn and think about you at the weirdest of times. I do feel like for most of you guys this is romantic, even if they haven't had any, like, people think, oh well, nobody's interested in me, but let me tell you that most people don't say anything if they find you attractive or exciting. I want to say 90% of the time people are not going to say a damn thing, so keep that in mind. But this person wants to make a move towards you. They may have little side hustles here and there, earn money in different ways. They may have like a photography hustle. They may have a car detailing hustle. They might, I don't know, drive cars for a living. They might have a trucking business. They might have a merch store. They might have, I mean, there's just so many different things that they can have, but I feel like it's not just one thing. They have an area of a lot of interest. They're never still for long, but they are definitely checking out your social media. I heard burning the midnight oil, so mostly at nighttime again. What else do we need to know? Let's find out more about your stalkers. Pile number 2, meet more of your social media stalkers. Let's find out. I'm taking this one. We've got the Emperor. I'm taking this one. Oh, these two. Good golly. Okay, the High Priestess. Get out of here. Very similar read to pile number 1. Pile number 1 may have something in it for you as well if you feel led to. All right. So first thing I'm going to say is that a lot of these people are really deeply intuitive, or they view you as somebody who is a high priestess. Okay, they could know that you have some really good intuition, that you are very balanced, that you are very different than other people. So you're listening to your own inner guidance, you're listening to spirit, you have a lot of power that you may not even be aware of, right? I feel also like they get woken up in the middle of the night and just feel disturbed. They feel shook because you're not around, or they have no way to really access you. They're used to being able to just like run into people's lives, run up on you, is that what I heard. They're used to being able to run up on you, run up to whoever they want, but because of your intuition, they know they can't do that. Now, I feel like emotionally, most of these people emotionally are on barren land, what I mean to say by that, they might live in the desert physically, but more importantly, I feel like the land that they're on emotionally is barren. There's nothing there for them. They might have partners, they might have lovers, they might have friends, whatever, and they might look like they have it all together, especially with multiple businesses going on. But the point of the matter is that it doesn't fulfill them emotionally. And that's why they're so attracted to you. Perhaps they're used to grabbing what they want, running up on people and just doing whatever they want. And you are not somebody that they can do that with, okay? Sorry, I'm shifting my cards around. It's kind of bugging me. Then we have the Emperor. So this is somebody that you used to work with, used to work for, I heard. Somebody who had authority over you, okay? So in the last reading, this represented somebody who was stalking you. And I do feel like for a couple of you, not many, you might have 1 or 2 people that are highly intuitive, that are your peers though. I feel like they're your allies now. And they just kind of check out your social media, see what you're doing, check out your YouTube. If you have a channel, maybe they're another creator, things like that. So I don't feel like they're like real stalkers. They don't earn that title, but there's somebody that, you know, frequent your social media for a different reason. It's just out of curiosity, maybe a little competitiveness, and that's great. But I think it's a peaceful thing. Now for the Emperor here, this is somebody who has control or is used to having control, and they're super fiery, a lot of fire. You inspire a lot of, like, I think, sexual desires in people, sexual thoughts, things of that nature, and also a lot of like loyalty and a lot of people feel connected and close to you. Now, they can't explain it, and maybe even perhaps they've never even met you, but they feel like they know you. And not just like your normal, oh, I know that person through social media. They're this kind of person idea, but they feel like whenever you post things or they look at things, you resonate with them on a deeper level, okay? So I feel like these people are lacking in emotional fulfillment, which is really not a big surprise because, you know, why else would you stalk? I don't know. Just my opinion. But I do feel like they do toss and turn and think about you quite a bit, and you ignite a passion. Now, with this person, I just heard dumpster fire for obvious reasons. Let me show you this card if I can pick it up. I heard dumpster fire. They feel like they're a dumpster fire. Or your connection was a dumpster fire. So whatever the case may be, they're really rigid in their thinking. They're not willing to change anything about themselves. And yet they are still looking at you. It's like you are really, well, you're the freaking high priestess. You know, you're mysterious. You hold secrets. You, like, everybody wants a piece of you. It sounds so bad. You're welcome. But I feel like he's up against a brick wall. Like, it's like, well, there's nowhere I can go with this. This is how it is. So it could be he or she, could be a female boss or a male boss of a long time ago, but they just really are focused on being stoic and on their own security and how things have always been. I control everything. If they were, you know, a boss, you could have known them for being somebody who's like super rigid, like this is how it is. And emotionally, they're lacking, they're destitute, but they have all this armor, like nobody can get close to them anyways, right? And so even their own home is, their own home could be like on fire. Like, for example, I've got, oh gosh, I'm gonna pull this up again. I've got, bring this into focus. Okay, it almost seems like the curtains are on fire as well, but it's actually just regular detail. Interesting. But it could be like their own home is a little bit on fire, like things are not going well, and yet they're not willing to kind of change, or very set in their ways, and this is how it is. And the only thing that's on the top of their mind is their security. Now, you're a mysterious creature. You're a different kind of caliber, and that's why they are stalking or social media. And for some of you, I heard 3 ex-bosses, okay? So take this how it may. Or somebody that had a authority position over you, all right? Or somebody who was a go-to. I heard IT. For some of you guys, this was an IT person in your company or the company you worked for. Moving on. Let's check out this 2 of Cups. So, pile number 2, let's meet your social media. For pile number 2, let's find out details about them. Meet your social media stalker. Who are they? What do they do? Let's find out. The Privileged Lady. Some of these cards are a little bit repeating, interesting from the last read. But this person could have really delicate features. They could be delicate. I heard poor health. Like, not super poor, like dying or anything, goodness. But I feel like they spend a lot of time in home because they don't feel well. They could have like fibromyalgia, chronic issues with their health in general. And they feel like you resonate with them, whether it's the photographs that you put or anything that you upload or repost from other medias. For some of you, I heard you have blogs or vlogs, if that's still a thing. And for others of you, I heard Reddit, and they take a look at your Reddit or Telegram. So they could just be really on the delicate side. They have to have the temperature just right, otherwise they can get really sick. Inflammation in the body, I'm hearing. These are real specifics. They could also have a greenhouse in their home. They could also be allergic to the sun for some of them. Now, I don't feel like when you have this connection that it was always like this. I feel like things have changed since. Okay, their health has changed. So what else do we need to know? Autoimmune disease, stomach issues. Graves' disease, lupus. They're into nature and gardening. They feel their best when they're in their garden, but they don't have a lot of energy for it any longer. So the most they can do is just kind of sit and enjoy what other people garden. On the outside, they look good. They look fine. But their lack of life and vitality is concerning. Meet your social media stalkers. Who else? Tell me more about this Two of Cups. Let's find out. I can't even say that word. Adjudication. So it could be somebody that you're connected with who was very fair, very balanced. For others of you, this is actually somebody that you went to court with. How interesting and juicy. Okay, so it could have been a judge that got curious about you, maybe because of your case, maybe how you look, maybe something you said in court, or it could have been one of the lawyers. It could be one of the lawyers, I'm sorry, that just really felt a connection with you, like you resonated, even if it was for the opposing party. Now, I feel like this person got really intrigued with you. I don't feel like, I mean, there's a big degree of separation, okay? So I feel like they had a lot of say or a lot of power in your life at that time, but they felt and feel a deep connection in a way that just isn't explainable, okay? And so this person could be stalking your social media, looking at your pictures, trying to gain more insight and understanding, wishing that they knew a way to approach you. They could be quite a bit older than you. They could know it's inappropriate. And now, for now, they're just okay with it being like a fantasy or an idea or just something like a fascination, like a dirty little secret I heard. Okay. So what else do we have? Let's see. Let's pull out another person. I just flipped it and looked at this. I've got the main female and the mature man. So this person, another category, this person is also more mature than you. You could view them as like too old for you. They could have some silver in their hair, but they're really intense. Like when they look at you, they look at you with purpose. I do feel also that, oh, look at that. Okay, I got to flip these cards over because I can't continue looking down and pulling them. When they think about you, oh my goodness. Okay, no, really, flip it over. They really consider what life would be like. They fantasize about what life would be like to be close to you. And now I feel like in this case, it's not really realistic because for some reason, it's just, sorry guys, for some reason, they could be partnered already and really esteemed. So you draw people that are really, they have a lot of clout, okay? But they already have a partnership, already have a marriage, but they view you as the ideal counterpart, okay? Whether this is male or female, male, female, I don't really care. This is just all about them wanting to give into their passion, and they just look at your pictures and really think, wow, like she's a dream girl, dream guy. But they're really afraid of gossip. If you see these birds right here, I'm saying that they would never approach you. They could even, some of these people are living halfway across the world or are very far distant from you, and yet they are riveted. They feel like you are incredibly beautiful, incredibly poised. You are the main female, and I heard for some that when they are making love to their partner, they are actually thinking of you. So that might be TMI or you signed up for, but we went there, yeah. So that is what I have. If you did like this kind of reading, please do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. I'd appreciate it to help my little channel grow. And with that, I'm going to try lifting the cards, but namaste. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you for joining me for another pick a card. If you are a repeat offender, thank you for coming back. If you are a new offender, welcome. So we're here to explore, of course, meet your social media stalkers. Let's do it. For pile number 3, meet your social media stalkers. Who are they? And what do they think? Pile number 3, social media stalker. Who is that? Let's find out. The Empress. This could be your mom. This could be a motherly figure. This could be somebody who's really well into their own life. Kind of like they have their own home. They're really balanced. They love to garden. They are the Empress. They are the quintessential creator. This could be somebody who's actually pregnant even for some of you. But they're really content and they like to just look at your pictures. I feel like it's not like a jealous or envious thing at all. It's just like, oh wow, that's really cool. Oh wow, that's inspiring. Oh wow, why didn't I think of that? So this person's really open and they feel fairly light for most of you. I'm looking at the rays of light, so they kind of really have a really big optimism. They could have and like the life of opulence was the word I heard. They could have a cat or have some instinct, some psychic abilities themselves. Claircognizant would be my guess, okay? They could have really affinity for, a real affinity for fabric that's like really thick and not thin and cheap, but thick and luxurious like these curtains, right? They could even like to cosplay or play dress up. They're a little bit like in a fantasy land sometimes. They like to fantasize. They like to think and enjoy the lighter side, almost like when they were a kid, okay? They could be pretty vocal at times, but very fairy-like. Pile number 3 for the guy spinning in the bed, by the way. If you like this kind of reading, please do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate that to help my channel grow. And even just to know if anyone's resonating with this, that would be awesome. But pile number 3, meet your social media stalker. The Knight of Cups. So you have at least one person here that wants to come forward that is thinking about you in a deeply romantic way. The thing with this Knight you want to be careful of is that they could be in love with love just for the sake of, right? And so when that happens, it's just it's a great, intense, and beautiful connection, but they're on to search for the next level of love. And so they're in love with love. What else can I say about that? They're emotional. They are like, oh my goodness, pile number 3, you're so hot and you make me spin in bed. It's like I can't even think. I toss and turn. I even, for some of them, they flip around to where their feet are facing the headboard instead of sleeping the quote correct way or whatever, and just frustrated, feel frustration when they look at your social media, because they'd like to be close to you, they'd like to offer you something romantic, or they're frustrated because they've actually sent messages and you don't reply, or you give them one-liner, or you're like not taking them seriously, is what I heard, okay? And I heard the words you, yes, I want you. So what else do we need to know about our pile number 3? Meet your social media stalkers. Let's find out. A Page of Pentacles. So you have another kind of caliber here, another kind of person that actually wants to build with you, wants to move slowly towards you, wants to offer you something tangible. This is all about tangible and sensuality and the things that I can see. And this is all about the emotion and, well, completely intangible. So you draw a lot of different kinds of people. Who else? Who else does my pile number 3 have stalking their social media? Let's find out. The Knight of Pentacles. This person wants to have a little bit more than this person. So you can have different demographics. You could have people that are about the same age. I think maybe like 2 to 4 years, no more than that, older than you. And then you have somebody who's a lot younger than you that wants your attention, that has maybe PM'd you, or is all up in your DMs, and you're like, yeah, you're too young for me, that kind of a thing. But they're serious. They're not even playing around. They know what they want, okay? So they might be young, but they are really grounded. And then you have this person right here who knows exactly what they want, and they are, they really look at their security a lot. Okay, I've got the Pentacles right here because this is the Knight of Pentacles, and this is somebody who is a hard worker. They don't invest in things that don't blossom and bring them vibrancy and abundance, I heard. Okay, so if it's not going to be beneficial, they're not going to really waste their time. But if they're focused on you messaging you, then you could be sure that this has staying power, lasting power. It might be a situation where it is actually something that is stable for you as well. This person right here is just all about love and sweet nothings and poetry and wanting to brush your hair, touch your hair, and whisper sweet nothings, which is really beautiful. But then here today, gone tomorrow. There's no staying power. So depending on what you want for yourself, right? I heard mess up your hair. Some of these people on social media want to mess up your hair. Let's find out more about, let's find out what your social media stalkers actually do. What do they do? More about them, please. Let's find out. Okay. So this person, with all the emotion, this person could be on a journey. And this can mean a couple of different things. They could be on a personal journey or literally on a journey to return to live back home, basically to live in your neighborhood. If they are from there, if there's somebody that you've connected with in the past. I do feel like for 99% of you, you know this person. Okay? So they could be thinking, okay, they could even work on the railroads or for the pipeline, I heard. But they could travel for a living. They want to journey back to you. This is interesting. You know what? They could be a traveling nurse. This person can be in the caregiving field. They could be a traveling caregiver. So wherever their gig is, their client, their patient, whatever, they move in with them and take care of them. And that is their job, their responsibility. For some of you, this person works in hospice. Okay. For some of you, they are a part of a support group, support system, bereavement. I tried to say bereavement and grieving at the same time. That didn't go so well for me. But pile number 3, this person can be in like a victims advocacy group, or they could be involved in something that advocates for people that are in bad health or pain, or even like I heard for some insurance broker, which is kind of weird, but they could be looking at insurances and seeing, okay, well, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. So I'm going to leave the rest to you because I don't know anything about that part of life. So for some of you, this could be like a case investigator who decides, like a disability investigator. And it's like, okay, well, let's take a look at your poor health. All right. I'm going to highlight these things and then bump this to upper level so they can really take a look at people's health and see if they need to be on disability. So there's many different scenarios, but this person is just really juicy goosey over you. That's not even a real term, but yeah. So meet your social media stalker. Pile number 3, tell me more about these concerns. So this page right here wants cooperation. Feels like you guys would be a good team together, have good teamwork. I feel like a lot of romantic vibes anyways. This is something that we would like to throw our lot in with you. We want to kind of be with you or hang out with you, or at least just enjoy a date. Give me a chance kind of a thing. And yet they're concerned that they could wind up growing from this page to a very old man or old woman. and that you won't give them the time of the day because, you know, factually, they're still going to be younger than you. So even if they're 60, they're still going to be younger than you. And they could be saying, well, I mean, there's no way for me to even have a chance with this Empress. She's got everything, and I can't even like drum up, or come up with something that's going to begin to pique her interest or his interest, whatever the case may be. The official person, they feel this person could be like in the I heard army, but they could actually serve in any of the military branches. They could be highly decorated. They could be actually, because this page is very ambitious, very methodical, very thoughtful, they achieve things faster in life than other people because they just focus, where the rest of us kind of screw around, play, fall, make a muck of things, make a mess of things, and then we have to clean it up and then start. They're out of the gate, just starting doing things on the right way. I can't even speak. This person can have everything together in their mind, super well spoken, super well grounded. When it comes to you, they can't even speak. They look at your pictures, they look at your social media, and they just dream. They fantasize. Okay. They would like to know, they feel like if they earned more money, if they showed you what they rank, like everybody else, it really respects them and like falls over them. They don't understand why you don't feel this. You're not even looking at them. They're like, why are you not looking at me? Anybody would be happy to look at me. Everybody can see what kind of caliber I am. Like, I feel like this person's really nicely built. Take care of their body, take care of their clothes, nicely dressed. Highly admired by their peers and by adults, like older people as well. What else do we need to know about your social media? Meet your social media stalkers. Let's find out. I'm taking 2. Okay, so coffin, interesting. We're going to see where this goes, because a lot of times this could be a situation where this person wants something with you, wants to be close to you, but they feel like, yeah, they're imprisoned. So they can't do anything about it. They're completely rendered. Like, it's almost like she or he doesn't even know who the heck I am. There's no way really for me to progress. Some of you, these could be actually people in lockdown, okay? So maybe they're not allowed to go anywhere, and they're part of the globe. And what's eating away at them is starting to worry and erode. And they have this lock that they would like to have the key to so they can make movement. They just feel like, for whatever reason, things are not going anywhere. Things are really, really tough. And I feel like maybe they may have like made a couple of attempts at talking to you, but then they feel shut out, shut down, or not responded to, and they're kind of ready to drop it. Because keep in mind, this Knight is not going to invest any time. If it's not beneficial, not worth it, not gaining this person something that they really want, they're going to go after something entirely different, even though they set their sights on you, because they feel like you're not responding. So they could have a lot of worry and anxiety over that, because they're not used to that kind of behavior or response from other people, or lack of response, okay? For others of you, this person can actually be in prison, which I find that kind of hard to believe, because it's a Knight of Pentacles. So maybe something shady with their money or somebody else's money, okay? Or maybe for some of you other people, this Knight of Pentacles wants to come forward, but they're dealing with a death in the family or some serious matters that they cannot come forward and even express themselves, and they just feel kind of confined, chained, and imprisoned by the whole situation. It's like one thing after another. When they try to move forward, one thing after another, things don't go well for them. So we're going to find out a little bit more about your stalkers. Yes, I feel like you have kind of a whole gamut. Let's pull a couple more because we can. Meet your social media stalker. Pile number 3. What do we have for thee? Unexpected income. Okay, that's good. Not quite what I expected, but that's good. So you could be coming into some money that you were not expecting. I feel like this has to do with a commitment. So it had to do potentially with the sale of a home, with somebody selling something, you being able to benefit off of it. It could be for some of you like a lawsuit that you were involved with and you actually are starting to see the proceeds, or it could be a raise, a hefty, nice raise, a generous raise. That's interesting. 7, 8, 9. I think that you will be a little bit on the defensive and looking at what this person is committed to. But whoever this is that has the power to increase your abundance, they're looking at you. Pile number 3, checking out your social media. I just want to see what you're about. Curious about our pile number 3. What do we know about your social media stalker? Okay. They feel like they're in a high position, or for whatever reason they feel like they cannot come forward. So it says not hiring. So this could be potential, like you have your resume out there and they're not able to hire you, and they have the ability to increase your wealth, but for whatever reason they can't hire you, or you don't exactly fit the bill and they're kind of bummed by it because they feel and they know and they see that you're loyal. Maybe you don't meet all the criteria. They would have a hard time explaining exactly why you were hired, other than just a gut feeling, intuition, and knowing what kind of caliber person you are. Those are all possibilities. But this person is a little bit all up in their feels as well. Interesting. If this is due to an inheritance, then this obviously has something to do with being sad. Maybe somebody passed away and you got the inheritance, and they are feeling just like the person that was loyal to them left them in despair. And yeah, so there could be a lot of variables here. Toil and labor. This person is a hard worker. They don't mess around. Okay, they're not one to be in fantasy land, but they appreciate your beautiful fairy-like qualities, your dream, your ability to have almost like that child within you that you can bring out and show to the world. And I feel like you don't even realize that you show people your innocence, or I heard for some of you, your purity. Doesn't mean that you're freaking virginal. It could be. But just pure of heart, you know, having like great intentions, and you don't have any designs on other people because really you're self-sufficient, I feel like, at this point. Interesting. So they could be looking at life kind of like they're toiling, they're laboring, they're exhausted. They do well for themselves, but everything is a bump and grind, and they want more. They want light. They want light in life. They want a piece of you. Honestly, they want to be able to imitate that spirit in you, even if it's the opposite sex and there's a little bit of romantic spark, like, ooh, you know, she's hot, he's hot, whatever. I feel like more than anything, you inspire in people this otherworldliness, like the ability to bring a childlike appreciation to anything. And it's like somebody goes and gifts you some material and you kind of, I heard squeal with delight, but you know, you're like, oh my God, that is so awesome. Or let's say you have like a really good dessert and you're like, oh my God, that is the best. And you just stop and savor the moment and you stick with it, and it's evident in your photos, and it's evident in the way that you type out messages attached to the photos, and it's evident in how you sometimes kind of appear or come across as being a little bit distant, like you're preoccupied with your thoughts, and your thoughts are really different than other people. I feel like most people on your social media would love to play in your mind, like play in your thoughts, be privy, and understand what goes on behind the scenes before you post these posts that make us go, what is going on? Wow, that's kind of interesting. I never thought she was interested in that. Never thought he was interested in that. Things of that nature. We want that giant window so we can peek into you, and the closest we're ever going to get to being a peeping Tom in your world is going to be a social media stalker for you. So I hope that you enjoyed this kind of reading. If you do, please give me a great thumbs up. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell me what pile you were, what resonated. And I'm super interested if anyone's brave enough to tell me what they would like readings on so that I can address those as well. So without further ado, have an incredible day or evening wherever you are at. Thank you much, and namaste.